gone up. So those are my main points. Yeah, because it's a bit of a disaster, these low traffic neighbourhoods and all the pop-up bicycle lanes, stop cars going everywhere. It's awful. So, I'm against the lockdowns because of what they've done to businesses. Businesses have been really hurt by them. So, I think there's not many other people speaking out about it, but I have from the beginning.
So just wants to change the cladding. It's going to cost 1.2 million. Saying it's unhappy. Even though we've got the ESW1 form saying it's safe.
If you've got the ESW1, then it shouldn't need to be done, should it? No. I mean, are you a leaseholder?
I'm a leaseholder. I've been there now 3.5 years.
Right.
Last August, we got this ESW1 form. Everything was hunky-dory from there. Literally last week, they had a new health and safety manager for the building landlord.
Right.
And he's gone, I'm not happy, that's got cladding, I want to wait and watch.
But that's ridiculous, because you've got the ESW1, so you don't need a waiting watch.
£2.5 now a week for waiting watch.
Well, they've done it already.
Already done it, even though all the residents, and we've got a residents association, have all said we will not pay for this, we are not part of this because we've got that form.
Yeah.
And they're not back on it.
Of course. But you shouldn't have to, that's ridiculous, because you've got it, there's absolutely no legal requirement for you to have a waiting watch. So, that's ridiculous they're trying to make you pay. It shouldn't happen. You might have to take that to court or something, but I'll certainly speak up for that because that's...
So we had to get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
They're a nightmare. Some are alright. Some are so high that I look at them and think, oh my God. Yeah. Because you've got to go up and you bang down.
Yeah, and they're not there to just slow you down. They're actually there to do damage. They're so bad they do damage to your cars.
And then you think you pay road tax for that.
Yeah.
And you're paying road tax for car damage. You think of the suspension in your car every time you go one of them great big things.
Yeah. You're the local councillor. You're a local candidate for the Heritage Party for Kenley Ward in Croydon. How do you think it's going today? We're in Surrey Street Market in Croydon. How do you think it's going?
Well, it's going really nicely. We're getting a good reception from local business owners. They're not happy about being shut down for the best part of the year with lockdowns. They know that Sadiq Khan's schemes to charge people coming into London with the ULEZ and the expansion of the congestion charge zone is bad news for business. So they're keen to hear about an alternative. Great.
And obviously people will vote for you on the 6th of May, especially if you live in Kenley Ward, where you're standing, in the Croydon borough. There's 5 seats up for grabs, and you're obviously standing in that one. And David's here. I've personally not seen one bad interaction with David so far. I think everyone is really friendly, and they're really supporting David, aren't they? And just showing his leaflet and all of that. It's been a great day, isn't it? So there you go. But anyway, but vote for that. Vote for that on the London Assembly. Vote for that for London Assembly and for Zach on 6th of May. Cheers.
Classified as housing land and then build on it and make a load of money. So he's falling right into their hands. But because he's new and he isn't that experienced, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that that's sort of what they're doing. But that's the thing with having a bit more experience. We can see this is the sort of ruse that these Tory property developers have been doing.
So it goes back to your experience.
Yeah.
You know this stuff's going on.
Yeah.
We're here in Surrey Street Market in Croydon. We've just come down, great reception. A lot of people asking, there's 4 anti-lockdown candidates, yourself, Brian Rose, Piers Corbyn and Lawrence Fox. What makes you different from those other 3 candidates?
Yeah, well, I've been against the lockdown from the very beginning back in March 2020. And, I was going to be a mayor candidate since before then, actually, since January 2020, when there was really nothing much going on in sort of our area of politics. Others have jumped on the bandwagon, and I'm very glad that they're against lockdown and, they're adding their voices to the movement. But, I was there originally. But I think, the big difference between me and the others is that I've got a much wider platform and a lot more experience in policy. So, our Heritage Party manifesto covers areas in the whole range of policy areas, from transport to housing to development and so on. There are some differences emerging now, because you've got some candidates, Lawrence Fox, for example, he's anti-woke, he's anti-lockdown, which I've been, and you could say that imitation is the highest form of flattery. It's great. But in terms of specific policies to do with London, he wants to build 250,000 homes. in the next 4 years, using greenbelt land to do that. I totally disagree. I think the greenbelt is a legacy from our forefathers, which we need to protect. It's part of our heritage, and I wouldn't build any big housing developments. I wouldn't have any development on the greenbelt. We need to protect it. And you can fall into this narrative, if you like, that some of the big Tory property developer donors want. They want to say some of the greenbelt isn't really high quality, let's use that to build on, we're not losing anything. Well, yes we are, because those areas have been bought, they've been run down, and they're looking to change the classification of them from agricultural land to housing land so that they can then build and make a big profit on it. So I can see into that, I can see straight through that. Maybe he can't, but that's certainly something I wouldn't do. I'm also not going to make you promises that I can't keep. You know, he said he's going to give 6 months of free travel on TfL. I can't promise that, because if I did that, TfL will go bankrupt in a couple of weeks because it's on life support anyway. So I'm not going to make these sort of silly promises that I can't keep, in the sort of like genre of Jeremy Corbyn. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to be honest with people and say, look, TfL's finances are a mess. I wouldn't extend the ULEZ to the North and South Circular.
Coronavirus, yeah? This is the same. I skip the corner. What's like the head? It's one bag of it. Save the life.